Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Glassbox Aquarius here. I know I haven't posted a video in a little bit, but today I'm hoping to show you how I divide up some Anubias plants. I am going to mount them onto a whole bunch of lava rock. These guys are going to grow out in one of these other tanks, and they are going to be sold off for profit. And all my tanks, well, almost all the tanks, have Anubias in them. This little tank here is chock full of them. They've been covering all that wood. This is where the albino bristlenose plecos breed out of. And I ain't gonna show you the rest of the fish room because it's a disaster. But we will go upstairs, chop up these Anubias plants. I will show you how I mount them up onto either rocks, driftwood. You can see these breeding tubes or these watering spikes, or wherever you decide that you're going to mount them up to. But like I said, these will be mounted up. They will grow out for a little bit of time as well, and then I will bring them to my local fish store to either sell for a profit or maybe trade for some other cool fish if they have them, or you know, whatever, maybe even supplies. And you can see right now, those bristlenose are freaking out a little bit. I did open the lid of the tank just to take a peek inside, and being this close to the glass, these guys have stirred up all kinds of sediment. Not a problem either, because I'm ripping out all those driftwood to harvest almost all that Anubias. So, a couple things you're gonna need: some kind of glue. I prefer this plant glue. It's also used in corals to do fragging, aquarium safe as well. You could use string, super glue, but I found this guy works the best. You can see here this driftwood as well that I pulled out of that tank, completely covered in tons of Anubias growth, dropping all kinds of snails. They'll be fine. I'll pick them off, throw them back in later. But you can see the Anubias, all kinds of growth on this wood, and I can easily chop all that up and start growing out dozens more plants. I got plenty of broken up lava rock. Just extra pieces I have. I do buy it all the time. I use it as filter media. One of the FX6s does have plenty of this in there. And the easiest thing to do with this, start pulling off some pieces. Now you could order a couple pieces of Anubias online. Amazon's got them. Your local fish store probably has them as well. You could buy a couple pieces if you don't already have some. The easiest thing to do is try to get in between some of these root systems at different nodes or the little junctions on here. If you cut in between those places, it does make it a lot easier, but you know, 1 or 2 plants can be chopped up into 4 or 5 little plants, glued right onto these rocks or another piece of driftwood or whatever you were looking to do, and easily start multiplying. The glue does come sealed. All you have to do is poke a hole in it. Now, the nice feature about this glue as well, unlike super glue where it's gonna dry instantly, this glue stays wet until it's underwater. And that doesn't matter if it's fresh water, salt water, it won't dry until it's underwater. So you have plenty of time to add your glue to the spots that you're doing, figure out what you're doing and placement wise, and then once you get it underwater, it actually sticks and then hardens up pretty quickly as well. Doesn't take a lot of glue. Good sized little blob. Hold it in place for a couple seconds. And then the easiest way to start the process, especially if you're going to be doing a bunch of them, give it a quick dunk in some water. Alright, so the driftwood's back in. Those are the pieces that I harvested all that Anubias from. You can see the tank is a complete mess. The plecos in here, well, they're mad at me right now. They're stirring up everything, so I used play sand in here, so instead of it being aquarium sand where it might settle a little faster, super fine particles, and I'm stuck with this cloud getting eventually sucked up into the FX6. But no problem, FX6 can handle it. You can barely tell on these plants though. I pulled a whole bunch of Anubias and they don't look bad. There's still plenty, nice plume from the pleco again. Still plenty of leaves on there. Still Anubias little bunches everywhere on there. I still got this big chunk right on the terracotta watering spike. And if I decide next tank over with some of these guppies, plenty of Anubias in here and in all the other tanks as well. I will be doing a 2020 recap of the room once I clean up my floor since it is a mess. So I put the Anubias in this tank with this pair of Filipino Blue Angels. These guys will hang out here for, I don't know, maybe about 30 days or so. Really start rooting onto that rock itself and gain some new foliage. And then these guys will be ready to go. I have 10 of them. Now sell them wholesale to one of my local fish stores. You know, from an initial purchase of buying just a couple plants that had a few small leaflets on them, to almost every tank in the fish room having the same Anubias plants throughout. All I do is just keep cutting them and dividing them and gluing them onto all kinds of rocks, driftwood. So, pretty cool the way it's done. Thanks guys for checking me out on YouTube again and checking out the fish room. Gonna definitely try to stop piling on some more updates and get them out a little faster.